Hello everyone, I hope that you're having a wonderful day. I have another Galacti chat video for you today where I'm going to talk a little bit about what I offer on my memberships over on Ko-fi, but also what you can offer on any of the other membership websites like Patreon, just to give you some ideas as an artist if you were looking on opening memberships. So if you wanted to learn more about that, then make sure to grab your tea, grab your blankets, get cozy, and let's go. Today I have my peppermint tea. Usually I've got my Earl Grey, but I've been really loving peppermint lately. So let me know in the comments down below what tea you have with you today while watching this video. Or if you drink coffee, let me know if you prefer coffee. There's also an announcement. The sloth here on my microphone has been given a name based on the poll that I created last video. So welcome to the channel, Pistachio the Sloth. Thank you everyone who voted and let me know what names you liked. I am so glad that he's called Pistachio. I thought that was the cutest one, but I didn't want to influence you too much. Anyway, welcome to the channel, Pistachio. So I'll go through a few things today, including why I choose Ko-fi over Patreon and things that I offer versus things that I don't. And these two lists are not necessarily a good list versus a bad list. It's just what works for my page and what I do. And it may work for you, but it doesn't necessarily work for me. But I wanted to put it in there anyway, in case it gives you any ideas if you're an artist looking to start up memberships on either Ko-fi or Patreon, or I don't know if there's any other ones, but those are the ones that I know most about. So first of all, Ko-fi. I use Ko-fi because it is what a lot of my artist friends on Twitch were using. I know that Patreon seems to be more geared towards the YouTube crowd. I see a lot of YouTubers using Patreon and a lot of Twitch artists using Ko-fi. I don't believe that you can connect Patreon to Twitch, but you can connect Ko-fi to Twitch. For example, I will have alerts whenever someone buys something from my shop or signs up for a membership or donates. It all connects to my stream. It has a chat bot that pops up in my Twitch chat, and it's just a really easy way for me to integrate the things that I market on my Twitch channel. So it runs pretty seamlessly in that regard, and I don't think Patreon offers that. Another reason that I use Ko-fi is because it has a shop front. So I don't think Patreon has an option for you to have a shop front, but Ko-fi does. So it has shop section, membership section, commission section, and you can customize that however you see fit to what you are offering as an artist. And I think that's a really cool way to be able to have everything integrated all together, because that means I don't push my Etsy as much while I'm on Twitch. I just have this one landing page that people can go to and they can sign up for memberships, they can look at my commissions, they can look at my prints and my stickers, and it's all in one place. So I prefer that because of what I do. But maybe you are an artist that does something completely different and Patreon might be better for you. It's just something that you would have to look into and do the research yourself on which one is preferable. But those are my reasons for why I use Ko-fi over Patreon. So moving on to memberships. I think that you can offer these on Patreon as well as Ko-fi. So this is going to be a, kind of umbrella term of things that you can offer. It doesn't really matter where you're offering them. You can integrate it in however you like in whatever website you're using. So first of all, I offer 3 different tiers of memberships. This is going to depend on what type of artist you are and what things you offer. I've seen people offer up to about 5 based on the products that they have. But I offer 3 because I like to keep it a little bit more simple. So I have the base tier, which is all online. So it's the base amount as well. So I've offered that at $3. My Ko-fi is set to USD because most of my customers are from America and it makes sense for me to offer it in USD. So it's $3 USD and it gets all of these online perks that I have set up. So I think one of the most common ones that you'll find across any membership website is shop discounts. If you are an artist and you are offering memberships, then chances are that you probably also have a shop, and you can offer shop discounts through Ko-fi directly because, as I said before, it does have a shop front as well that you can. Thanks, Melon. Thank you. It does have a shop front as well over on Ko-fi that you can integrate to everything. So the discount codes apply directly from that member whenever they use your shop because it remembers that who they are basically. I'm again not sure if Patreon has that option because I don't think they have a shop front on Patreon. So you might have to offer something like a discount code for all of your members that you can send to them and that kind of thing. So that's the most basic thing that you can offer as a membership perk. I also have a bunch of digital download type of things. So I have a bunch of coloring pages. It's a mixture of my artwork that I've done that I've created into coloring pages that I have done through Procreate digitally, and I make them as PNGs so people can download just the line art and color underneath of it digitally if that is their preference, but they can also print it out on any kind of paper that they'd like with their printer at home too. So I have a mixture of Pokemon, I have a mixture of the artwork that I've done across my Twitch channel. There's something for everyone on there. So I also offer wallpapers for your phone. I haven't quite got the desktop wallpapers set up yet, but that's something that I would like to do in the future, to do desktop wallpapers. But currently, I have phone wallpapers. Every single month, I create exclusive artwork, and as part of that artwork, I do a digital piece based off of that artwork, and that's what I create into the phone wallpapers. So for the past several months, I have done characters. So this month is a cheetah. Last month I did, oh gosh, what did I do last month? I've forgotten already, but I've done a dragon, I have done a gecko, I've done a whole bunch of different characters across the several months that I've been offering that particular perk. And I create them into cute little wallpapers with a cute little illustration behind it. Another thing that you can offer for your online members is to unlock channels in your Discord server. So I'm not sure about YouTube, but I know that pretty much every Twitch streamer that I have come across has a Discord server set up. And if you have an exclusive chat for just your members, then you can talk to them about upcoming artworks that you can make and sort of integrate them in a more personal way rather than here's an upload and whatever they interact on it is kind of secondhand. So you get this first-hand conversation with your members if you allow them to unlock a little secret room or channel in your Discord server. I think it's a really cute way to keep in touch with them. So now coming on to the mid tier, which is my first tier that I do shipments, and I will require their address. So that's something that you do have to set up through Ko-fi, that if it requires an address, they have to put that in. And as I was talking before, I do exclusive artworks every single month, and that is for my members. So first and foremost, I will spend a stream or two on Twitch and I will create an artwork. As I said, last month was a cheetah, and then I will create a print out of that. Sometimes I will have little shiny bits on there that I hand paint after I've printed them. This month I've made the spots of the cheetah as these, shiny. I've used my Shimmer Drops paints, absolutely amazing paints, by the way. I've used Shimmer Drops paints to make it a little metallic and shiny on the spots of the cheetah. So then I create a digital version of that in a more cutesy chibi style and create a sticker. So the mid tier, the moon tier is what I call mine, is the print and the sticker plus all of the online stuff that I mentioned before. So each tier will have the perks of the tier before it too. Some people that have more than one tier will have different things per tier. For example, they'll have a sticker tier where they only send out stickers, or they'll have a print tier where they only send out prints, and therefore they won't obviously get the perks of whatever one is before that because they're only getting stickers or they're only getting prints. It's just up to you how you want to set it out. The other thing is names. I'll quickly say in here, you do have to kind of think of names for your tiers, but that's not super important. I've called mine, because my name is Galactica, I've called mine after galaxy type things. I originally started off with tea themed names because of course I love my tea, but I did want to integrate it a little bit more with the galaxy style. And once I added in a third tier, I didn't really know what else to put other than teacup and teapot because that was my original names. And so I changed it to Star, Moon and Galaxy because I thought that was a little bit more cohesive. Moving on to the third tier, that is my highest tier at $22 USD a month, but it does get the whole shebang. It's got a whole bunch of stuff in it for my members, and it integrates the first two memberships. You get all of the online things. You get the things from the Moon tier as the print and the sticker, and the Galaxy members also get things like a handwritten letter. They get a hand painted name card. So each month I will create a name card that has a theme or a vibe of the artwork that I've created over on Twitch, and it has their name written on it all in beautiful calligraphy, because I love doing calligraphy. That's one of my favorite parts, to write everyone's name on the cards. And it also doubles as a backing card. So when I send it, it has a little bit of extra rigidity in the envelope so it doesn't bend. So that's kind of an extra protection that I've made all pretty. In the Moon tier, I do have a little bit of cardboard behind, often if they haven't ordered a whole bunch of other stuff that, will help it stop bending. But that's my way of creating something pretty that isn't necessarily just a piece of cardboard. I like to dress it up and make it look all like a theme. Like when you open it, it's an experience. So I do these little backing cards, or name cards, whichever you'd like to call them. And they also do have which month it relates to. So for this month, obviously, it's got July at the bottom, and it has a cheetah print on it. So it matches the cheetah print and the cheetah sticker that I have offered. I also do, on the PayPal letters, I create personalized letterheads. So for example, this month has a little cheetah head and a little paw print, I believe, on the bottom of it. And I write their letters on that. So I like to make everything themed. I like to integrate all of the same theme per month into those little bits and pieces. With the Galaxy level, I also offer one of my Galactamon cards. So I've been painting Pokemon at this point for 4 years on Twitch, and every Monday is Poke Monday. And I have created little playing cards of them, basically, and I put them into my Ko-fi memberships because I can't sell Pokemon licensed stuff. I'm not licensed to sell Pokemon. So that's their little freebie for signing up at the most high tier level of my memberships over on Ko-fi. So another thing my Galaxy members get is, once they reach 1 year, they will get a custom artwork by me. So I will again do that on Twitch in watercolor, and I will create something either that they have requested or that makes me think of them, which is what I have done the majority of the time. So for example, I have one of my longest members has been X-File. He is also my moderator. Hello, X-File, I know you're watching this. And I created a little alien cat because his theme is aliens and he loves cats. So of course I was going to create an alien cat for him. And things like that, I will think about what this person has interacted with me about, and I will create a little artwork based on that. So that's another way that I connect with my members in a really special way, because they have been my biggest supporters for, again, like a year is a really long time to be signed up at that membership level. And I honestly don't know how to thank them more than making an exclusive artwork for them. So I just want to make them feel really special, and I offer that at 1 year. So aside from each individual tier, all of the tiers get exclusive updates on when I'm going to drop something in my shop, and they get first dibs on that as well. So I haven't done this very often. The first time I did it was last month when I released what I like to call blind adopts. The premise of that, real quick, is I have created a bunch of artworks that I did off stream, so no one saw what they were, no one knows the theme, everyone knows that they were based on cats, but they would be able to buy from one singular listing until that listing has run out of stock. And they sold out within 24 hours just because of my members. I released it to the members 24 hours prior to when I released it to everybody else, but I never got to that point where I could release it to everyone else because my members bought them straight away, because they got exclusive access to the drop when I released it for them specifically. And I used my Discord channel that they were able to unlock to do that and alert them that this is when it's going to be happening. So that's another little thing that you can do if you are someone that does shop launches often. You can offer it to your members first and then offer it to everyone else afterwards. Your members are people who are supporting you in above and beyond way. So any way to make them feel special and make them know that they are like genuinely special to you is what I strive to do. So I put so much effort and work into giving them that experience that they're paying for. Obviously, they're paying for this experience. I'm going to want to do everything I can to heighten that experience and make it feel like they're part of that kind of exclusive part of my channel. You know, they have this amazing support that I honestly, I am still shocked that I have members that support me in that way, but I am so grateful, and I want to show that gratitude to them through the things that I do. So now coming on to the things that I don't offer as part of my memberships and why. And as I said at the start, this is not a criticism on these things. It's just what doesn't work for my channel, but it might work for yours. So for example, I am a Twitch streamer and I share a lot of my artwork. My entire process is shared live on Twitch. So things like sharing an exclusive work in progress of whatever you're working on at the time wouldn't particularly work for me because I share my entire process over on Twitch anyway. But that is something that you might be able to integrate if maybe you're not a streamer or maybe you are a YouTuber and you would like to have these progress photos or progress posts that you can put up on Ko-fi or Patreon and share it with your members that are paying a little bit extra to see those behind the scenes things. So works in progress, behind the scenes vlogs, tutorials as well. I offer tutorials here on YouTube, so I don't have a reason to offer them on Ko-fi or Patreon because I don't really know what else I would do other than what I show you guys here and what I do on Twitch. So that's something that you might be able to integrate, but I personally can't because of the nature of what I do. Again, one-on-one lessons. I'm not quite sure how I would run one-on-one lessons, but it's something I might be open to in the future with maybe like a higher tier of membership, or if a member wants to pay a little bit extra, I'd offer it as a members only perk. So that's a way that you can integrate your Ko-fi and your Patreon. I'm not sure about Patreon, but I know that I can offer member exclusive things in my store in Ko-fi. So sorry, I'm jumping back a little bit here, but I have all of the past membership prints and stickers available for my members to be able to buy whenever they sign up for membership. So for example, if they have signed up in July, but they like the artwork that I put out in August of last year, then they can go ahead and buy that no matter what time it is. So I have those member locked things that only they can access and only they can buy. So that's something, if you have that set up, you can do for one-on-one tutorials. So you would have maybe a shop listing in Ko-fi saying, okay, here's the one-on-one tutorial, only allowed for members, that kind of thing. So that's another idea that you could use. If you are a streamer, you could probably add something like if you are this tier of member, or same deal as what I was just talking about, if you wanted to add something into your shop, for people to be a guest on your stream. I'm not quite sure how that would work for you, but it might be an idea that you could integrate. I personally, as a streamer and as a viewer, I don't particularly like watching co-streams very often. If it's maybe two of my friends who have collaborated together, then yeah, that's fine. But I do tend to steer away from co-streams or streams that have someone else talking through maybe a Discord call. It's personally not what I like, but if that works for you, then that's something you could integrate as well. So another thing for streamers specifically is if you are streaming on Twitch, you can integrate custom entrances. So you'd have to do this through something like Mix It Up Bot, But if you have a membership tier that allows those people to have a custom entrance, maybe it pops up with a particular sound that they have requested or a particular GIF that they've requested. It pops up on your screen and it has a little message in the chat, which I personally have for my VIPs on Twitch. But if you wanted to integrate your members, maybe allowing your members to be VIPs and having that all in one, or just having the separate Ko-fi member entrances, however you'd like to do it, that's another idea that you could use. Another really basic thing that I see really often through Patreon members is having a story kind of announcement of your new Patreons or new Ko-fi members. Over on Instagram, people will do like a story and be like, welcome to my new members. You could do a shout out for them that way. You could do more personalized shout outs through Insta stories or Insta posts. And a lot of people that I see sometimes will have at the end of their kind of carousel that they put up on Instagram, they will have their artwork. And then if you swipe across, it'll have their Patreons. So they will have like their different tiers levels and they'll list all of their patrons that are at those specific tiers. So sometimes you would have seen me do that in my past YouTube videos where I have them up on my screen. It kind of takes a little bit of effort through the video editor that I use to be able to do that. I think I need to find a better way. But that's something that you could integrate as well through Instagram or through YouTube. You can pop your patrons on the screen, depending on their tier. And I know that once people get a whole bunch, they have to do kind of like a credits rolling type of thing. But oh my gosh, that would be insane to set up, and even get to that point would blow my mind. But maybe one day I'll have a rolling credits of all of my members. But for now, those kinds of things, if you are more of a smaller creator, having just a list on your YouTube video or a list on your Instagram stories, that's a nice way to integrate it. I don't particularly do the Instagram one just because it would be kind of like very the same every month. I do have a lot of recurring members, so maybe if your memberships change often, it might be something that you can integrate, but just a little idea for you. So another thing is custom artwork, and I know I touched on that in my last one, how I do custom artwork every year, but you could probably add custom artwork more frequently, or if you allow a member to request a custom artwork that you do on your YouTube channel or your Twitch channel, or you could run polls for your members to be able to choose what the custom artwork is. Those kinds of things you can integrate. And it was a little bit of an extra on my list here because I do half do that, but I've given a few other ideas that I don't particularly do that you could also use in your membership setup. So those are a few ideas of what you can implement in your memberships if you're either on Ko-fi or Patreon. As I said, it is going to be a matter of choice depending on which one is going to work for you and what you do. As I said, I personally prefer Ko-fi just because of the integration with Twitch and personally what I do. Also, the fees. The fees, I think, on Ko-fi are way lower than Patreon, but I'm not sure how the fee system works on Patreon, but I just know that they take a little bit more, a little bit like Etsy does. So I prefer Ko-fi, and I push all of my stream to Ko-fi because it's all integrated in one place and it's easy to send everyone over there. I think that you can also do memberships through Shopify, which again, the Shopify, a lot of people, if you're watching this video, probably know that Shopify is a storefront that you can have set through your website, and it's all set up that way. But I think you can offer memberships through that as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, then you can look at Shopify. Again, I think the fees on that one are a little bit higher. With Ko-fi, I only pay $5 USD a month, and that, is covered by half a membership, not even half a membership. So it works better for me in that sense, and I don't have to do a whole bunch of website maintenance, upkeep and all that kind of stuff. So I choose Ko-fi for the ease of that. But it's all up to you. And I hope this video gave you some ideas. Let me know if you have any other ideas in the comments below, or if you would like to hear me talk about something else that I experience as an artist, let me know as well. But until then, I hope that you have the most fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to check out my Ko-fi memberships if you're interested in anything that I spoke about today, just to see a little bit better how it works. But I shall let you go now and stop rambling on. Don't forget to drink your tea. Fare thee well, everyone. Bye. The sun will come out tomorrow. Let your bottom dollar tomorrow.